Hey Joe fans, thanks for tuning into Action Media Reviews. I have for you today the brand new, not yet released in the United States, Python Patrol Battle Android Trooper. Check this guy out. We are going to do a side-by-side comparison with the regular classified bat and this one, and go over a little bit of the packaging and the details and whatnot. So let's get in first-person view. First thing that we'll take a look at is the packaging art. You have the Python Patrol artwork featuring an undamaged Battle Android Trooper and the Python Patrol logo. If we look at the side of the box here, there's also some differences that you'll see. The chest for the classified bat is different than the chest for the Python Patrol. The Python Patrol bat has the chest plate on the outer chest plate, and it does have the Python pattern with the Python Patrol logo. And you also see that both of them feature the head of the battle-damaged Battle Android Trooper, while the front features an intact Python Patrol Battle Android Trooper, and the regular classified features the battle-damaged Battle Android Trooper. So that's one difference in the artwork that's kind of odd, considering the fact that the Python Patrol bat does not include the battle-damaged head or the battle-damaged chest plate. So if they've changed the artwork here, why would they not change the artwork here? Just a little odd to me. I'm not really sure why they would do that. Back of the box, you have the full roster of classified action figures that are out already. And on the Python Patrol, much like the Cobra Island figures, you have a map or a scene from what appears to be a jungle. I would say this is probably a jungle in South America, plus you have the Python Patrol logo here on the back. This is a Target exclusive. You'll notice the sticker here in the bottom right. These figures actually came straight from China. But the back to the artwork, these are stairs or steps, and these are more modern man-made steps. So is this a Terrordrome, or could it possibly be the Cobra Temple? Wouldn't it be cool if we had a HasLab Cobra Temple or a HasLab Terrordrome? I would honestly like to have the Cobra Temple instead of the Terrordrome. I think it would be a little bit neater to have. But anyway, that's the box art. If you look inside, the background is also different. The background is the back of the box, quite literally the back of the box. Same stuff there, just in the red, and you have the Python Patrol background. Whereas on the regular classified bat, you just have the Cobra emblem. Figures side by side, you can see the differences. The little vents on the helmet or on the head are painted on the Python Patrol bat. They're painted a yellow to match the yellow scheme there, and on the regular classified bat, they are the silver or gray. You also have the paint apps on the battle damaged head. I really like the battle damaged head a lot, as well as the chest plate, but I feel like Hasbro kind of cheaped out on us by not giving us those same accessories with the Python Patrol bat. You'll also notice we're missing some paint apps on the chest. The paint apps on the chest for the regular bat show a little bit more detail than what they do on the Python Patrol Battle Android Trooper. But we do have a paint app here on the, I'm not sure exactly what this weapon accessory is, but there is a paint app on that. And these are black versus the silver that comes with the regular release. And you have a paint app on the backpack that you can kind of see there. The hoses are painted. For the Python Patrol figure, I would really like to see that Python pattern on the body of the figure and not just on the chest plate. Again, I feel like it's a little bit of a cheap out, lackluster design to not have that on the Python Patrol back, considering that was the whole thing for Python Patrol. Instead, it only features that Python pattern on the chest plate. Now you do also have a paint app here on the pistol as well, where you don't have that on the regular release. Otherwise, it is the exact same figure, just molded in different colors and with some different color paint apps. I like Python Patrol. Python Patrol was probably one of my favorite sub-teams of Cobra back in the 80s, and even some of the later releases, but they need to do better with future Python Patrol classified releases, in my opinion. They can do better, and they should. We should have the exact same accessories with this figure that we do with this figure. Why are they? I don't understand why they're left out on the Python Patrol figure. Same as I don't understand why the Python paint app is not on the body of the figure. There you have the side-by-side comparison of the two figures, the new Python Patrol with the regular release classified bat. Some of you may be wondering how I have this figure ahead of time before it's actually released in the United States. These aren't due until maybe sometime in October if they don't get pushed back. But I got these figures from a shop, or from Hong Kong, through a friend who ships them to me. It doesn't always work out the best, but sometimes I can get things quite a bit early. I know that other collectors out there are doing the same thing. They're either having people shop for them, they have friends in Hong Kong, or they are ordering from one of a few retailers in China that get these early. And it makes sense that they get it early. These are manufactured in China. So it obviously is going to take longer for these to get here than what it takes for retailers in China to get them. As far as distribution goes right now from China, and touching on the amount of time that it takes for stuff to get here from there, we have a few things going on with the global economy right now that most of you are probably aware of. But to dig a little bit deeper into it, right now we have a product shortage overall, with a lot of things in the United States, this being one of them. The amount of shipments coming out of China is actually shrinking. The cost of freight out of China is increasing, and companies are having to pay more to, in essence, get less. Right now, there are a lot of places in China that are operating on a limited capacity, and I'm talking about factories. Factories and production facilities all over. They're operating on a limited capacity because they are dealing with a lot of COVID issues. The same thing is happening with my work and the facilities that we have in Asia. Some of those facilities have been placed on lockdown here and there, or they've been operating at a limited capacity. So they can't necessarily produce as much product as what they normally would be. And couple that with the fact that right now we have $31 billion worth of commerce that is either setting offshore by the United States, setting offshore in Europe, waiting to be unloaded. And we have a lot of, like in the United States specifically, we have over $1.5 billion worth of commerce that is landlocked right now, waiting on rail cars. We have a major issue going on with the railroad system. A lot of this stuff actually ships via seagoing vessel, cargo ships with giant cargo containers stacked and stacked and stacked on them. They come across the ocean like that. And, you know, these ships are sitting anchored out on the West Coast. Our main ports of entry in the United States are on the West Coast. We don't use a lot of ports on the East Coast. It would actually take a little more work and effort for them to go all the way around to the East Coast. And it's just not logistically possible, I guess. I don't really understand all of that aspect of it. It seems as though it would make more sense to spend the fuel to do that and go to the East Coast than what it would be to just set anchored offshore at the West Coast. So all of that, coupled with the railroad issues that we're having, the rail workers union contract expired in 2020 and it was not renewed. So now you have a lot of rail workers that are about to go on strike to get their union contract renewed or get a new union contract. And it's bad enough to the point where if that goes down, it'll cause major issues across the United States. And the government has actually stepped in and formed a special committee to help resolve those issues and get their and help them get their contract, get a new contract in order. I hope that that they get things worked out. I don't really want to see what will happen to commerce in the United States if they don't. That's a pretty big issue, and a lot of people don't ever look into some of this stuff. And I follow it. I follow it daily just to see what's going on with our economy and whatnot. Tracking spending and things like that, and products that we're able to get. I know this is probably kind of boring to some of you, but it's information that pertains to our hobby, which is the luxury we have of collecting things, of amassing products, and of being consumers. And it would be beneficial for everyone to keep an eye on what's going on with the economy, not just in the United States, but in the world, because the rest of the world economy also affects us here in the United States. So whenever Emily made a comment on one of the live streams about tampons being more important than toys, well, she might not have worded that the best way that she possibly could have, but it was a live stream and she didn't have time to really put a lot of thought into that statement, but it really makes sense. With the shipping container shortage, which there is a shipping container shortage in the world, actually. There's more product than what they have containers to ship them. And you might think that it's as simple as just building more, but it's not quite that simple. The workforce just can't meet the demand. So a lot of these companies in the United States and in the rest of the world are paying more to have their products expedited to get them out first. And that means that they get loaded into containers. They take priority over luxury items like toys and some electronics and furniture and things like that. So the whole tampons before toys thing, that's kind of, it makes sense. But it's not just specifically that. It's a lot of other things as well. Things that are necessities that come out of China. They're getting priority and shipping first. And even stuff that comes in to the United States, some companies are able to either lease their own docks and their own ships, like Walmart. Walmart actually leased they leased a dock or something, and that's how they were able to bring in more product. It's a common practice. It's basically companies can pay to get their products in first, and that's neither here nor there with GI Joe. I don't really see a need to have something like that done with toys, but we all want our stuff. We all want it yesterday. We want that instant gratification that just we don't want to wait on anything, it seems. And that's unfortunately the world that we are existing in. It's where we have to wait on things, and they're coming. They are coming. So if everyone is patient, you'll get them. I know a lot of people get discouraged and they want to drop the line because there's not new figures coming out every month or every couple months or whatever, but they are coming. That's evident with this in hand. I have everything that's been released for the classified line, and I've had no trouble getting it. I've had to wait on some of it, but I've had no trouble getting it. So just try and put a little bit of thought into some of that stuff with priority of different types of merchandise and whatnot. And also the amount of money that we're putting into China is increasing at the same time that the amount of product being shipped out of China is decreasing. And all in all, this is a direct result of the United States massive consumerism placing all of its eggs in one basket. And we have chosen China to, or Asia in general, to be the place we go for manufacturing because it's cheap. Manufacturing in China is cheap. They don't have to pay their people much at all. So the manpower is much cheaper than what it is in the United States. Not to mention the environmental concerns. There's, we in the United States, we have OSHA to help protect safety of workers, and we have the EPA that governs environmental concerns. Well, they don't really give a shit about that in Asia, in China specifically. They can use use toxic materials in China that we that we don't use here in the United States. But we really should, as a country, be more independent, in my opinion. We should be a nation of makers, a nation of builders, instead of just a nation of consumers that relies on the rest of the world for our goods. And it's put us in a hard spot, I think. It's evident across many different products that we use in our daily lives. Go to the store, go to the grocery store and buy any type of a preserved fruit, such as Dole, or there's a couple other brands. I know Dole is one. My daughter eats these little fruit cups sometimes, and started looking at them, and they're made in fucking China. Why are those made in China? Why are they packaged in China? Why aren't they packaged here in the United States? So if you want to support that stuff, start looking for some goods that are made in the United States and buy those over goods that are made in China. Vote with your dollars. That's the best way to make a change is, try and choke the money out of it, because money drives everything. But anyway, that's enough for my little rant. Thank you all for joining Action Media Reviews. Hit that like button and the subscribe button. Don't forget the notification bell so you get notified whenever I post new videos. Check out the links in the description. I have posted in the description links to Facebook groups that you can join, a link to my eBay store so that I can make some money off things that I sell, and links to products, GI Joe classified products, on Amazon. If you click those links, that will take you directly to stuff that's in stock. The links that I post in the description, I try to post things that are either on sale or at a decent price, just giving everybody a heads up and a lead into something that they may be missing from their collection, or they may want to try and get. The things that I link will be in stock at the time of the video and usually have some kind of a discount, free shipping for Prime members or something. So anyway, thanks for watching the video. Thanks for checking out the side-by-side comparison of the two figures. And Yo Joe.